Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I'm going to do a 30-day review on how this Chins 12 volt 300 amp hour battery has been working for the past month. First of all, let me thank everybody for subscribing and those who will subscribe in the future, and I appreciate all the comments and the views. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can catch all the content that I'm about to publish here shortly. Okay, now I'm going to show you what's going on with this battery right at the moment. So this is perfect timing right now to show you about how it operates when it's just finishing off a charge. As you can see, I've got about 16 amps coming in. Just now going to 13.8, which I will show you at the terminals will be a little bit less, but it is what it gets to when it's pretty much done charging. So that's what it looks like on the MT50, and now we'll go down and show you what it looks like on the terminals. Okay, so it's reading 13.8 up on the MT50, and I'll show you the difference. 13.57. Now it's been holding, on that bulk charge, holds about 13.5 for a couple hours and barely budges. And now that it's just about done, it'll go up very quickly. So 13.57, 13.58, as you can see, it goes pretty quick now. So you get a little bit different reading, of course, like I've said before, on the terminals compared to the MT50. And once you get used to how that difference is, then you kind of know about where you're at. So the charge for the day is just coming to an end here pretty quick. 13.59. And as long as we don't get any big old cloud rolling in front of the solar panels, it'll finish off here pretty quick in the next, few minutes. Now I've got it to where it's going to go up to 14.4, and I'm going to hold that for 20 minutes, and then I let it float down at 13.8, which is what Chins recommends. And as you can see now in real time, it goes up pretty quick after just holding that 13.5 for a long time. That takes some getting used to. When you're used to the old lead acid style of charging, is watching these lithium batteries. They don't seem to budge much until they're almost done charging, then they go up pretty quick. Same with discharging. When you watch them throughout the night on how your usage is, I've never seen this thing ever dip below 13.2 with a running charge on it, or a running discharge actually. So you can see here it is, 13.61, and I'll just give it a few more minutes and we'll come back and show you how fast that goes up. But it's definitely just about done. Gonna push it up to its finished voltage. Okay. Okay, we're back just about a minute or so later. 13.62, and it won't be long now. And I'll come back in another couple of minutes and show you how fast it'll go up to where it wants to be. 16.3. Okay, we'll be right back. And it's perfect time to make this little video. And I will also just say that I have been extremely satisfied with how this thing works. It just, it holds a great charge. Some of you have asked, did I ever do a capacity test on it? I never actually did a full capacity test on it, but I have a pretty good idea now with my system and usage about how it's using. I pretty much use about 150 amp hours in the course of an evening, and I can tell by what I've been putting back in that that's about correct. But at some point I'm going to do a full capacity test and try and get that posted to you. And you can see now that dropped a little bit lower, and that's only because I have a cloud rolling through right now. So I'll give it a few more minutes and show you what it looks like when it's really topping off. Okay, we'll be right back. So I'm still waiting for the clouds to lift. Of course, every time I get ready to show you exactly what it's doing, I get a cloud now, but it's still creeping up slowly. And I just wanted to say, while I thought of it, that I know a lot of you know a lot more about this kind of a battery than I do, and I really appreciate all the comments. I'm just showing you my real-time application, what I've learned, what I'm coming up with, and how it's working for me. And like I said, I'm very pleased. So as long as the sun keeps going, you can see now, there it goes. And from this point, from 13.7, if the sun will stay on it, it will just finish off in no time. Or if you were using a charger on it, same thing. Once it gets past that 13.6, it just doesn't waste any time getting to your full charge. Now I've switched over to using the SLA setting on the EP-Ever charge controller, which will have a high end of 14.4. I'm going to let it sit there for 20 minutes and then let it drop down to 13.8. And since it's getting towards the end of a charging day, I'm not that concerned about holding it at 13.8 for the period of time that I will be using it. By the time it gets up to that, I'll be basically done charging for the day. There's always an inverter running, so it's always taking some charge off. So it's not like it's just sitting there overcharging at 13.8 all day long. So still getting a little bit of cloud rolling through. I'll come back when it's gone up to its high point. $13.74. And we'll come back. Another cloud. It never fails. Okay. Well, of course, I stepped away for just a few minutes, and it's finished off now. I did kick the float down to 13.6, which I like better. So anyway, there it is. It's completely done for the day. It'll fluctuate a little around that for the rest of the sunshine today and the rest of the usage with the inverter going and whatnot. But so anyway, I hope this gives you a general idea how it's working for me. If you have any more suggestions, I'm definitely open to them. Like I said, I'm learning as I go with this. And I hope for those of you that know as little as I do that I'm helping you decide if maybe you want to go with the LiFePO 4 and get off the lead acid, although I still use some lead acid that I really like. So anyway, it's all a learning experience. Thanks again to everyone who's watched and commented and did all the things like subscribe and thumbs up. Really appreciate it. All right. We'll catch you in the next one. I got a lot more content coming up. Here's what it looks like, so you can see the difference. About 1 volt or 1/10 of a volt difference from the monitor to the actual reading. All right. Aloha.